Hello all my friends, welcome back to the channel. How are you all doing? Welcome back to more CS news. Yes, I got my espresso and chocolate milk. What are you guys sipping on over there? And how are you doing on this fine and dandy day? A quick note to start this video. Our last video on this channel, I spent a lot of time and a lot of money that I don't really have to make a CS mini documentary on the Blast Austin Major. That's the last video on this channel. If you guys want to go check it out and let me know if you like those style of videos, I would greatly appreciate that because it took a lot of effort, and thank you all very much. Also, thank you guys. We are slowly approaching 80,000 subscribers on this channel. Thanks to you guys clicking that button down below. But I'm excited to be back, guys. Also excited for someone else to be back because all of those Valorant guys, they come back eventually, right? All those players, all those talent, eventually they will come back around. And one of them being a former CS pro, of course, representing North America, that being Sean Gares, is now also back in Counter-Strike. He went to Valorant for many years. He has now changed positions. I don't know what his future is going to be in CS. He's been streaming the game, he's been playing the game, and also hitting some insane clips alongside Brother Nothing. He did this on stream.
Bro, Jordan, you should have seen what I just did to this guy. I don't even, he was palace.
And I'm going to be honest, it took me a couple watch throughs to actually understand what happened there. He was jumping, and the first bullet just happened to just go, you know, that typical AK bloom, just happened to dive right into that man's skull. And so Sean Gares is back. I wanted to make a quick little segment about that because we have seen a few people return, whether it be Scream and his brother Navera. They have now returned to playing CS again. And so it's always nice having Valorant peeps come back to Counter-Strike, and I will keep covering that. And speaking of returns out there, one of the stories I am most excited about and coming back to Counter-Strike, that's going to be Hastro and Envy. They have now let us all know they are looking to expand more esports rosters. I believe they have a few under their belt currently, and as he finally got the brand back from under Optic a few months back, and we haven't really heard many details on how that went down at the end, but Envy has now returned, and they already are scouting rosters for Counter-Strike.
2 decades. I guess the other game that I really want to talk about is CS, Counter-Strike. We're already scouting to bring back a Counter-Strike team to Envy. We don't want to just go in with a roster that doesn't really have a shot. We're just really like looking for the right opportunity to get Envy back to Counter-Strike majors. In a short amount of time in the CS scene, we managed to create just some of the most exciting moments in Counter-Strike history. And we want to get back to that and support some of the best players in the world, just like we did with our legendary French roster. We just want to make more memories in that game. Our organization feels pretty strongly that we kind of left it too early. It's time to go back and take care of some unfinished business in Counter-Strike.
And I know it's been a long time since we have seen the peak of the former Envious. They were back in the day and now known as Envy. It's been a while, but it's also been a while since we've seen Hastro. If you guys don't remember back in the days where, I think it was around the time where Optic had actually taken part in CS for a couple of years. Those were the glory days of CS, by the way, back when Mixwell was playing on that team. Oh, like seriously, some of the best years of Counter-Strike. And then it was actually Optic and Envy who eventually merged together. And because they were competitive and competing brands with each other, Optic and them during their merger took over the majority of brands. You can't really have 2 esports teams under the same umbrella. So Envy went away for a long, long time. I'm super excited for them to return, but I think I heard Talking Counter, Sponge and Moses and Yanko saying the same thing of like, if you are set to come back to Counter-Strike though, make it worth our while. Like, make sure you only return when you are ready to be back. And I hope it's a North American roster, but that cannot be an easy thing to scout into because clearly other organizations have been failing to make that really worthwhile. And so if anyone can do it, I hope it is Envy. Will they go NA? Will they go international? I have no idea, but Envy is looking to come back into Counter-Strike, which I'm excited for. And if you're looking for the best place to buy and sell your CS2 skins, consider checking out skin.place. Cash out instantly to PayPal, crypto, or bank transfers. With a super fluid process, select the skins you want to sell, receive a payout in about 20 minutes, and a 2% bonus using my code down below, CS News. And it's not just selling skins, you can also buy your skins on this platform too, and then thanks to them for sponsoring this CS coverage. Again, that is skin.place. Use code CSNews down below. Happy trading. And you know what a lot of you guys were excited for, and maybe you shouldn't have been? Those being the Souvenir Charms, the Souvenir highlight charms that came from this Austin Major. It's the first time we're seeing something like this in game. I will not be buying any of these, and I might warn some of you to actually buy them, because I'm not going to lie. When these Souvenir Charms first came out, I've been seeing highlights over and over. I can't even show you all of the bad ones that I have seen that are literally worthless. Some of these highlights, if I'm just being blunt, are complete trash. And this is not even like the worst of the worst that I'm going to show you.
Back on the angle. This is interesting because we haven't had a lot of these mid skirmishes yet.
But I will say the premise, the idea of them, I did enjoy. Like, it's a unique thing to this major. Maybe they'll do it for the future majors. I just think the oversight of the clips that were actually chosen, and I do understand not all the clips have to be good, but a lot of them are just like nonsense and don't make any sense to be a highlight whatsoever. So that's where I get lost in it. One of the better ones I did see, though, yeah, this is a pretty sick one. I mean, that Apex moment for me was an all-time moment. Like, that is just like, I told you guys he's one of the best crowd workers in all of esports, and he lived up to that hype. And so these Souvenir Charms, I'm kind of confused by. Like, what do you guys, do you like them? Do you not like them? Will you not be partaking in buying or selling them to begin with? Because that's where I fall in all of this. I think it's a good idea. Execution failed a little bit, but it did result in some of the highlights and charms being pretty cool. But what do you guys think? And let me tell you what I thought about this next one. Probably the biggest roster change news that was the most expected that we've seen so far this offseason and in the past few days, that being Yekinder. Where will he be going? Because he kicked it off a couple days ago saying, oh man, it was a great run with FURIA. I learned so much, blah, blah, blah. All of the guys responding saying you were a great teammate. You were great to have with us. And of course, when you make a major semifinal run, and he was only there for what, a couple of months in this new FURIA lineup, and even then, well, mixed language roster. Like, no one really expected FURIA to make the run they did with Yekinder, but it was beautiful to see the Yeki of old. At least that's what I was thinking. And so everyone thought, okay, with this run, it is 100% confirmed Yeki will be signing to FURIA, until that fateful morning where everyone started posting debates of like, no, maybe he's not going to, maybe he's going to go to a different top team out there. And then we had FUR involved. And then I was thinking, oh no, this actually could be a thing, because wasn't FUR like wanted? And then they didn't want that, it didn't actually happen, but it was a potential before, and then Yekinder came in, so it stopped the whole FUR thing. And then FaZe got involved. And I'm like, at this point, are we all just baiting to bait? Because then through my head, I was like, that makes no sense. Broky's going back to FaZe. Wait a second, where's Yekinder fit into this role? And is that even a possibility? And no, it's not, because FURIA have now signed Yekinder to a new deal, which probably should have happened. I'm super excited for the guy. But freaking FURIA just woke up one fateful almost weekend, and they're like, you know what? Let's just bait it all down, all right? But congratulations to Yekinder. I am super excited to see where this team does go, and hopefully they can keep that major momentum and become a playoff team with Yekinder. That would be cool to see, especially with Fallen towards the tail end of his career. And we got Fallen and Kerrigan, who both had chances to break the record this past major for oldest major winners, but fell short, obviously. I'm all eyes on this roster, man. I'm super excited about it. And thanks for the bait. Yeah. And a couple last second stories for all of you guys. We'll probably maybe sprinkle some more roster changes into the next few videos before I leave. I am leaving to the Esports World Cup in about 3 days. I'm super excited, and I'll be trying to do CS News videos while I'm there in my hotel room. So wish me luck on all of that. We now have new speculation, also confirmed by HLTV and Nell, so probably will be happening. That's going to be Fnatic MATYS, and he will be targeted by G2. Yes, and everyone freaking out about this one, wondering where this G2 roster is going to go. You go, of course, from the touted duo of Nico and MATYS. You lose them both. You have a major run that I think was actually pretty darn good. And then, of course, you're adding some new additions. You know, you got Sun Pius and Saw coming over, so a lot of potential with this roster. Apparently, MATYS is their latest target as well. And one last confusing roster change for all of you guys, of course, coming from the realm of North America, that being Wildcard, have now finalized their roster. They, of course, benched Stanislaw, their IGL, who really crafted this roster, and FUZI, by a lot of eyes, one of their better players. And so we're thinking, okay, maybe they want to stick to an America's majority and replace them with some other America's region players, which is partially true. They actually firstly add Peeping. Peeping, one of the better up-and-coming names I've ever heard. Peeping. It's Peeping is Peeping. And apparently Peeping is like a hugely touted name, so I am kind of excited. And then Friend will also join. I think people are saying that Friend will be opping and IGLing this roster, which I guess makes sense for the replacement of IGL Stannis. But yeah, I'm only one thing I'm confused about this is, will this be an America's majority team, or did they just make themselves an international/EU roster with these countries? Maybe I'm being stupid here, okay? Forgive me for maybe I'm too tired right now. Did they not just make themselves from an America's lineup to a EU lineup with this change? Am I wrong in saying that? Yeah, Sweden, South Africa, is that Poland, and then two Americas? Is that not split 2-2? Europe and NA, and then it defaults the harder region? Am I being dumb right now? I need you guys, because if I am being dumb, let me know. But if they just made themselves a EU roster after getting rid of Stannis and FUZI, I'm really confused. Maybe I shouldn't be confused. Maybe this makes sense. But until next time, thank you all for watching. I do appreciate you guys. All right, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you back here sometime soon. We got more news coming in, and yeah, thank you guys for watching. Peace.